Episode 41. Welcome, friends and family.
Welcome. Dude, it's been a week and a weekend.
It's been very warm.
Yeah.
It's been insane.
I also haven't been taking much advantage of the pool. It seems like by the time I'm ready to go in the pool, it gets cloudy, gets windy.
Fair weather pool guy.
It's like, are you fucked? Like,
Coming up, we have a action-packed Chris Predicts. A lot of money on the table this week.
all the money.
Euros and UFC this weekend. We'll update my NHL picks.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick. I think you jinxed it by bringing it up on the podcast
What?
last Monday.
The Leafs?
Yeah.
I think they jinxed themselves in Game 6.
Like, how do we always end up Game 7 losing?
I know.
And did I not overhear you telling when you were on the phone with your dad after we did the podcast that Mitch Marner did an interview, and I think it was Game 6, and he said we just didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't come.
We didn't
to play.
start on time.
Like,
Why?
what?
Why didn't you start on time? Why didn't you come out ready to play?
Like,
Is this not your fucking job?
yeah, that's what. Like, I was
have
talking to
an
my dad. I'm like, if he actually said that in a fucking
It's
interview,
embarrassing.
yeah, how it's Game 6 of the fucking playoffs. Why are you not coming to play?
It's ridiculous. The way that he handled this thing, and I'm going to go back to the Leafs because it was a big topic of discussion last week. I survived my fall from the bridge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Swan dived, but
Your ankle looks a little busted up, but
again, man, I knew after them losing
Game 5.
Game 5,
Yeah.
I just knew, I just had this feeling in my stomach. I'm like, we're going to make this so much more difficult
Game 6, I had some high hopes when they brought it back,
again.
but as soon as we hit OT, I'm like,
Fuck.
after seeing last Game 5's OT, I got no hope.
This team is the bane of my existence. They caused me a lot of misery and sorrow.
I agree,
Yeah.
and I think you speak for a lot of people out
I
there.
think I do too. It's ridiculous. They had 3 chances to win. The last game they won of this series, they won 4-0 and looked amazing.
Yeah,
And then they couldn't have looked worse in the next 3 games.
dude, it was. I'm at a loss for words.
It's fucked.
But on another hand, Montreal beating the Leafs, I think, gave them an incredible amount of momentum. Because
Yeah.
are they not beating Winnipeg right now?
They just swept them.
Jesus Christ. I have not been following since the Leafs lost.
I've only been checking because we have bets on
Because
it.
we have bets, yeah.
We'll get to the bets after. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about the Leafs because we were pretty excited last week. But
I had
don't know
high
anybody
hopes
who was
that this was
excited.
the year that, even going into Game 7, I thought maybe this is the team that will get us out of this Game 7 slump. Yeah. No.
guess again.
Yeah. Try again.
I'll be back, but it's going to be a long year next year
Yeah.
because 82 games doesn't mean shit with this team.
Nope.
Scoring records, how you finish in assists, how you finish in goals, whether you're in top 5 scoring or first in
Doesn't
scoring,
fucking matter.
it don't mean shit with this team. It's all about what you can do in the playoffs, and right now, they can't do shit.
No.
This core.
Again, they had a 3-1 lead in
They had 3 chances. All you have to do is win 1 in 3.
Yeah.
Against a shittier team, a much shittier team. They
Yeah.
were 18 points difference in the playoffs. It's
I believe
basically
it.
an 8 seed. Montreal's not that good. But credit to
Now,
them. They beat the Leafs.
I will say this. Credit to Carey Price, because
I believe we're having this conversation.
that man did stand on his head.
Up until Game 7, though, Campbell was outplaying him.
100%.
Stats-wise.
And I do agree, but Price did show
Yeah.
up.
He's a good goalie. I don't think it was so much. I don't think the goalies decided that series. I think it was.
I think Price.
I think it
Price
was our
stopped
stars
a lot, though.
Thank God Nylander and fucking Spezza were on that team, or else we would have scored 0 goals the entire playoffs.
I text you this, and so that whole situation where Nylander didn't like the contract that the Leafs gave him, wanted more money, whatever, and ended up going and playing in Europe till
December.
missed half the season
Yeah, a couple years ago.
over a contract, and it's like, buddy, you're still a rookie. Just sign the fucking contract. Now, who am I to say? Because I don't know what the contract looked like. It could have been an absolute dog shit contract.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm not gonna. It's hard for these guys because you have to figure as an NHL player how many contracts you're gonna get.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So you got to try and
I'm not
capitalize.
trying to.
I know you're not. I'm just speaking generally.
But from me looking at it as a fan point, like I was like, just sign the fucking contract, come fucking play with us, and then if you want, have a conversation with the managers, being like, I want to go somewhere else. Like I don't want to play here anymore.
But he always wanted to play here. It was just about the money.
100%, which is kind of what soured my.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing with Nylander. People rag on him because whatever. There's still this weird thing about Swedish players in this town, I think.
Didn't his dad have a bad rep?
His dad did, but I mean, his dad's him. His dad's him.
But
right?
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I think some people carry that over as well.
They might, but he never played for this team. Nylander wants to play here. He's a good player.
He's a great player.
And he's been good every single year except for his contract year, which, whatever. He didn't start until halfway through the season. He never got going. I'm willing to write that one off.
Yeah.
$7 million write-off, but still. Every year, except for that year, he's been good. I think he's earned his money. He proved it in the playoffs. But for some people, it's not good enough.
Like you said, him and Spezza, if it wasn't for those guys.
Nylander had 7 points, 5 of them goals.
Yeah. He was outstanding.
Yeah.
He was the only one in my eyes that showed up to play in that playoff series.
Here's what matters. Yeah, him and Spezza, seriously.
100%.
Here's what matters to me. Mitch Marner finished top 5 in scoring for the regular season this year. I don't care.
No.
Matthews won the Rocker Richard. I don't fucking care.
Dude.
How did you guys do in the playoffs?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Great. You made it to the playoffs. Great. You had all these achievements.
The fuck does that matter?
During in the season.
Doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Steve Dangle, I heard him say this. He's like, there's 3 seasons in the NHL. There's exhibition.
Yep.
Where it really doesn't matter. And then the season starts, which is exhibition.
Yep.
And then there's the playoffs.
Yeah.
Where everything matters.
Everything.
And throw everything out the fucking window. Yeah. Nylander, during the regular season, he might take a night off or two.
Yeah.
But again, like we just said, 82 games doesn't mean shit. No. It does not matter with any team.
No.
I don't care if he takes fucking 20 nights off. He's still probably going to be close to a point a game player. And in the playoffs, he shows up and he fucking plays.
Yeah.
And he battles. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was Marner?
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
here's a good stat. Mitch Marner in 32 NHL games has 32 NHL playoff games has 5 goals. He has 5 over the glass penalties as well. Jesus Christ. He has 5 delay of game fucking penalties in 32 games, and he has 5 goals.
Yeah, I don't.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy.
11
million.
You
bitch about fucking Nylander.
You talking to your dad on the phone the other day, and me overhearing that interview that he had and the shit that he said.
It's Mickey Mouse, bro.
Dude. He should have been fined for fucking saying that shit.
He looked. If you
fucking
also
put him on the bench, get rid of him.
You see him go back to the bench and he's hanging his head like,
yeah,
dude, you're not 14.
Yeah,
like I know you're young. You're fucking younger than me, and you're doing good. You're making $11 million a year. Fucking power to you.
Yeah,
but body language is a fucking huge thing. If you're gonna get down on yourself after every fucking shift that doesn't go your way,
yeah,
you don't think that. Also, here's the thing: you're a leader on this team, whether you like it or not. You're a high play player. You're top 5 in NHL scoring. People look over to you. So if you're fucking hanging your head and there's a fourth liner that looks down or a veteran looks down going, kids are fucked. They're done.
Yeah.
No adversity.
They gave up. So now what? Yeah.
You can't be doing that shit, bro.
I did like the way Nylander handled his goal. Like it seemed like there was a couple people on his line when he did score that, like it was to make it like 3-1.
Yeah, with like a minute left.
And he's like fuck off, let's just go. Yeah, I don't even think he went down the bench. He just went right back to the center ice.
Yeah, let's
got ready for the fucking face off. And yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of respect, and Nylander has grown in my
yeah.
If anybody wants a Marner jersey framed and signed, I've got one for sale.
Here's the thing. It's very early days from this loss, so time heals all wounds.
Until the next game 7.
Fuck, dude. But I was actually I was really happy with how they performed in the regular season, and I actually thought it meant something.
Well, you would
Goes
hope
to show how
you would
fucking
hope that
stupid I am.
the players that were showing up in the regular season
Could do
would
it.
also show up. I get it. Maybe the first
Playoffs
2 games
is
of the
hard.
playoff, 100%.
Yeah.
But maybe the first 2 games of playoff, you're just kind of overwhelmed. You're getting set into your shoes. But like 3, 4,
5,
5,
6, 7.
6, and 7 should
Also,
just be another night at the office.
this core, Matthews, Marner, and Tavares for the second year. This is their 5th time in the playoffs. They've
Yeah.
made the playoffs every year.
It's not the first
It's
time.
not
in
their
the
first
playoffs.
rodeo.
No.
They're not 18, 19.
It's not even their second.
where you can say, okay, yeah, get a feel for what playoff hockey is about, kid, because it's coming at you.
Yeah, and it's not like they played 4 games. Like last year was their first
Yeah.
playoffs, and they only played 4 games.
And it's
got
not
swept.
like they didn't play the Canadians enough times this year. They played them 10 fucking times. They
Yeah.
beat them 7 times. the
And
Leafs.
didn't they play
Beat them
them more
7
this
times.
year because
Than any year.
than
Yeah.
any other year?
Yeah.
So you should have an understanding of their players
Usually,
and the way
I think
they
they
play.
played their divisional teams 4 times.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
So
still
disappointing
Yeah.
again. And it's amazing, like again and again and again
Yeah.
and again and again. It just keeps
We
fucking happening.
can't get out of this first round. Never mind a game 7.
And the fucking
It shouldn't have even come to a game 7.
no.
It should have been over before that.
Where's get the fucking killer instinct? Go out and want it. All right, this ends tonight.
Yeah.
We're not going to game 6.
Where was that?
We're not going to
sorry,
game 7.
Sorry, we didn't show up.
Yeah.
We didn't come to play.
You know, we just
What
didn't,
the
we didn't start on
fuck?
time. How the fuck do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Oh my. Like again, he should be fined for saying that.
Oh boy.
All right, fuck the Leafs right now.
We'll see you in October, Leafs.
Yeah, go have a good golf year. Hopefully, you don't fucking play golf like you play your hockey.
I have a Toronto Maple Leafs golf bag. I
Yeah,
got a lot
know.
of shit
You
the other
should
week.
throw it in the fire pit.
No, because I love the team. I'm always gonna love the team.
I'm only joking.
Just
It is a
fucking-
really nice golf bag.
I'm just bitter.
All right, let's fucking dive into this.
I don't know.
You're a little worried, aren't you?
I'm always worried.
I know. At least it's not tequila again.
it's not tequila, but it's not better.
Well, it might be.
Okay,
Last time I had this, I was so young.
ladies, gentlemen, friends, and family.
Crown Royal
Crown Royal.
coming at you.
I don't think I've had.
I haven't had this since we partied in Antonia's parents' backyard.
So you were 16 years old the last time you had
Yeah.
this.
I drank this. I was drinking Ryan Gingers. My brother was there. That's how long ago it was.
And he was probably still in high school.
Maybe just out.
Maybe just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, because he never really partied with us. There was like that one year where he would like come to your place every once in a while
Sure.
or come out to the bars with us. But yeah. I also have a DD. Let's fucking go.
Crown Royal. Your DD's drinking wine downstairs, by the way.
Fuck.
You'll be fine. 1 glass
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Crown Royal makes a peach Crown Royal.
They make too many.
Okay, but I'm just gonna say the peach
I didn't know
one
that one.
is fucking fantastic.
Really?
It's so good.
I think they have
So-
a honey, a maple.
They have a caramel, then they have a maple, and they have a peach for sure. And then they got the regular.
Yeah. Isn't there another like Crown Royal like black or something like that? Like,
Yeah, I
where
think
it's, like,
those are, like,
darker.
I think that's like their like reserves and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. That a lot of alcohol right there. I don't know if you're getting the same, but all I smell is rubbing alcohol. You got your notepad there for the
I got it.
perfect. A lot smoother than I thought it was going to be.
That one didn't go down well for me.
I could tell by the noise you just made. I don't hate it.
It didn't taste bad. It just like
There's not
it just
a-
kind of like I don't know if it's
To be
too-
honest, that first sip, there's not a whole lot there. To be honest, like flavor wise, whatever's in it is making it not taste alcohol-y, but I couldn't tell you like what's in it. You know, like it's not like
exceptional
smoky.
smoothness is in it.
Yeah. Is that like sports injected for the
Yeah.
Civics?
Sport injected. Sport edition. SI.
Oh shit.
Better on the second. The first one just kind of like half down my windpipe.
You just forgot how to swallow. I got lots of alcohol on that one.
Oh man,
Huh. This is gonna be a tough one.
this is gonna be a tough one. We've been talking about this for a long time. Crown Royal. We've been talking about rye
Ryan
early
General,
on.
yeah.
Rye in general. We've tried a couple.
We tried a couple before we even knew it was rye. Like,
Yeah,
like that High River wasn't that rye that,
was
I brought
rye.
you.
And then
There was a
I think we've both been drinking whiskey 40 Creek for years. That's
And-
technically rye, I
yeah.
believe.
Yeah, because we had the 40 Creek, the Copper Pot or whatever it was,
But
not
also,
that long ago.
in years past, we've drank a lot of 40
Yeah.
Creek. It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not my favorite.
No.
The smell's down there for me. I got to go 5-6 on the smell because all I got was rubbing alcohol. At both times I sniffed it.
I'm just going to keep the mic off to the side, so tell me if you can hear me okay.
Yeah, you're okay right now. Yeah, 5-6 on the smell. The Virgin, I'm going 6.8.
Sorry, Crown Royal. Sorry to all Crown Royal drinkers.
Again, I say this every time. I like something with a little more flavor. There wasn't really anything there.
I'm going to have this one, next one with ice.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Smoothness though, that was
Very smooth.
like very, very smooth. And again, it says exceptional smoothness. So you nailed it there on the label and the drink.
They weren't even lying about that one.
No, they really weren't, which is kind of nice. Sometimes they do lie about that shit, you know? Don't get that thing locked in there.
It's
Ian.
locked. Are you taking ice or are you good?
I'm good for now.
Okay.
I might have another one, another Virgin. I like that name, the Virgin.
I think you did well picking that one.
I think you did.
No, that was you. I wanted to go Raw Dog.
No, I did. And then you said maybe we should go the Virgin.
I think we might have it backwards.
Maybe.
You initially said Virgin,
Did I?
and then I talked you into Raw Dog, and then I talked you out of it.
Yeah. Maybe that's how it went.
So this is where our lack of expertise will come into effect, which is why this is fun for me. So there's a question for you.
For me?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you're the only one here.
Okay.
And if anyone knows the answer to this, feel free to reach out. Scotch, I think, is generally frowned upon if you drink with ice. Some Irish whiskeys as well. Bourbon, I don't know. I'm curious about rye. Because Crown Royal is like, every time they show it on the commercial, it's got ice in it, or it's like a rye and ginger, or a rye and Coke.
Yeah.
And
You don't see it being a lot like just neat.
no. Or it will definitely have ice in it. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to go back and think about Scotch commercials because I know that Glenlivet has like a bourbon Scotch out right now.
Really?
Yeah. It's like they
It's
call
a
it
little inbred.
yeah, they call it like Scotch with an American accent.
Cool. I'd be down to try that.
I'd be down to try it too. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm very like those seem like completely different worlds to me.
Yeah.
I think they just do the Scotch in bourbon barrels. But
That'd be all right.
it'd be interesting.
Because
Something,
we both enjoy bourbon a lot,
and we both like Scotch, apparently.
apparently.
So I'm curious, like, is it blasphemous to
Drink it with ice.
drink with ice where when we were drinking that Scotch last week, I wouldn't have dared put ice in that.
It didn't.
It didn't need it.
It was okay. Like, so here's my thing. Like, I like ice in my drinks because I like my drinks cold.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually why I have ice like in my whiskeys. And I don't want to be drinking something that's warm. Like if I'm having water, I don't want it to be warm. I don't even really like it room temperature. That thing's got to have a little chill to it. The only thing that's like hot or warm is coffee and tea.
Okay.
Even then, I prefer an iced coffee.
You're generally a chilled drink sort of fellow.
Yeah, so I think I'm a little biased with the ice. Now, again, I've watched some videos of like whiskey connoisseurs and like experts per se. And again, they say drink it however you're however you prefer to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
If you like to drink your whiskey with 2 drops of water in it, drink it with 2 drops of water. If you like it with 2 ice cubes, drink it with 2 ice cubes. If you like it straight out of the bottle, drink it straight out of the bottle.
Yeah. So basically, don't let the hipsters tell you how to drink it.
Yeah, you drink it however you enjoy drinking whiskey. If you don't like whiskey, then don't drink it.
That seems like a fair
right?
way to put it.
Like it, I don't really think it matters. The only thing that I guess does matter is when you start diluting and adding ice. Like when you chill a drink, you lose a lot of the flavors and in your drink. And same with adding water and stuff. Like again, have you ever drank a warm Coors Light?
I'm sure I have.
Tastes like shit.
Most beer tastes like shit warm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can taste all the flavors that are actually in the beer. And so when it's colder, it chills it and kind of dulls those flavors and everything inside the beer.
Have you heard of bitter?
Yes.
It's brutal.
You don't like it?
Not bitters, like bitter. It's like ale. In
Oh, no.
Britain.
No.
It's a British thing.
Okay.
It's
I
like
thought you meant like the bitters you put in drinks.
no. I'm pretty sure it's. I'm just gonna double check it, but I'm pretty sure it's called bitters in Britain. Anyway, it's served warm exclusively, and it tastes like what beer must have tasted like all the time
Okay.
up until they started
We had
making good
fridge
beer and a fridge.
fridge.
Like I'm pretty sure you ever drank like a German beer that's warm?
No.
It's not bad.
I think German beer is better.
Exactly. Right. But so you either have like good beer
Mm-hmm.
or you have like just like regular old ale that like every tavern was making their own back in the 1600s
Yeah.
up until whenever, or for the dawn of time, they've been making beer.
Yeah.
And it was always piss warm and probably tasted terrible. But bitters or bitter in the Britain.
It's always served like
always served warm,
room temperature.
room temperature. And I tried like half a shot of it and I almost fucking puked it back up.
Just disgusting.
Yeah, it's horrific. Back to your point of some things are better cold.
Yeah.
Bitters is never served cold, or bitter is never served
It
cold.
probably tastes better though because that coldness chills the shit in it.
Okay, so it's a British style of pale ale that varies in color from gold to dark to amber. It's brutal. The place that I was at, they had it in wooden kegs.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Not the
No.
play.
No.
Gotcha.
Like
Okay,
you
so
said,
don't try that.
Some things should have a chill to it.
Yeah.
Tastes like what Shakespeare would have drank.
Gotcha. Like even Budweiser, like just regular Budweiser I hate it when it gets warm. I'm tossing that shit out and I'm getting a cold one. How is it on ice?
It's nice because it's hot.
Yeah, it is fucking hot here.
Yeah, it's hot and it's chilled.
Is it better though? Do you enjoy it more?
It's not worse.
Not worse?
It's not necessarily better. It's
That's good.
different.
That's good.
It's cool, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I added some scores here
Yeah, you
while we were
did.
chatting. My Virgin is 6.5. It was fine. I choked on it a little.
You did.
So I took a second sip and thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
6.5. And the smell for me is much higher than yours, 6.3.
Mhm.
A lot of alcohol to the smell.
Yeah,
Because there's not like...
that's
there's-
what kind of fucking killed it for me.
There's not a... like even the tequila. I think I had a higher rating on the smell.
So did I.
But there was more going on than this. Like you definitely had
You
a
could
strong
smell,
tequila
like-
smell.
you could smell the actual shit it was like made with,
There's other stuff.
not just the alcohol content.
Now again, that said, this is rye. They've been making this shit a long time. It's the most popular rye out there. Maybe there's not a whole lot of flavor to it. Maybe there's not supposed to be.
What's a 2.6?
This?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say $35.
Oh, okay.
Off the top of my head?
So it's
It's regularly priced.
yeah,
It's reasonably priced.
yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, just because I don't drink a ton of rye, is there not a ton of flavor because there's not a ton of flavor in rye? Is sort of
Maybe.
my question.
Maybe.
But anyway,
But
the smell.
again, that High River we had tasted really nice.
Mhm.
I didn't have that. Like I'd like
Try it with ice.
There's so many I'd like to go back.
I think we're gonna go back and do them all
Right, eventually.
eventually.
I kind of wish we had this rating system previously to match like what we thought the smell was like, and again the smoothness and all this other shit.
All that jazz, yeah. It's
Flavor, I'm going middle of the pack. I'm going 6.2. There's flavor there. It's not like there's nothing there. It smells like it tastes, just a little better because I gave it pretty low smell rating, so that doesn't sound very good.
I'm higher than you. The flavor is totally fine. It's a 7.0.
Okay. Smoothness is fucking right up there.
Oh, yeah.
It's an 8.1.
I'm higher than you on that too.
Jesus.
It's really smooth.
You're outdoing me on everything.
Sorry.
I'm Chris and I'm better.
No. I'm just not trying to shit all over.
I'm not trying to shit all over it either. I'm just fuck.
No. Your ratings are your ratings. It's no problem.
Exactly. So stop fucking hating on them.
I wasn't. You're the one that brought it up. 8.9 smoothness. It's really smooth.
It really is.
It's like right there with the other couple ones we've been reviewing on this system. My finish is low though.
Is it?
Yeah, because
so what kills it for you on the finish?
the first time I had a pretty heavy burn on it.
Okay.
The finish is like it's, and then after more sips, the burn's pretty much gone, but there's just nothing happening. I like something to happen.
I'd be a little curious to see how you think of it, like your last sip with the ice in it.
Let's find out.
Like when it kind of dilutes a little bit. I don't think I'm going to drink. I shouldn't say I'm not going to drink it with ice. I might throw a cube in there later on in the pod, but
6.9 on the finish for me.
I don't mind the
6.9.
Yeah.
That's my finish. This is like, this one I'm totally torn on. Because it's not that bad.
It's not.
It's just,
not my favorite.
It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I think that's its problem.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just doesn't do it for me.
It just doesn't do much.
Like that High River, it may be like, I don't remember the price of it because we weren't keeping track. But it might be a little pricier than the Crown Royal, but I'll pick that up over the Crown Royal.
It did have a bit more going on to it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And again, I've said this multiple times on the reviews. I like a little something there in the whiskey. I like some boldness, some smokiness. I need that flavor.
Yeah. And again, it's not Crown Royal's fault. It's just how you like it.
Yeah.
And that's why we're trying them all.
Yeah. We
will not stop till all the drinks are tried.
Can you you got the ice by your feet? You want to
do.
just toss one cube in here?
Singular cube?
Yeah, just because I don't have a lot left. Thank you, sir. Because I think my finish is going to be higher than yours. Give me a second. That's the thing I don't what I notice with drinking with ice. That first sip is like usually not the greatest.
You don't like the first sip with ice, eh?
No, because I find that because the alcohol separates.
I don't
You don't
totally
find that?
get what you're saying, but I'm also not paying too much attention to it, so it's probably happening.
I don't know. I
I just
find
never looked to notice.
ever since we had that, I drank neat on the podcast that one day
Yeah.
when we did it online, and then the next day and the next day.
It's all stuck in your head now.
Yeah, and like I think I've been converted to drinking it neat.
You very well might have. All right.
All right,
What do you got, sir?
finish. I'm going 7.1. I liked it better neat. My recommendation would be drink it neat.
I know people that drink this shit basically just with ice and love it just like that.
I didn't enjoy it with ice.
How come? Is it just like you find it separates too much?
Yeah, it dulls the flavors more And since there's not a whole lot going on already,
How many digits are we doing? 1?
just one. Yeah, like 0.1. It's a great drink,
It is.
but
Again, I think we
this is my rating.
I think
Don't judge me.
I think we both end up. What the fuck did I do there? Trying to do some math.
It's not our
I
forte.
think we both got raised on a certain particular type of hard alcohol.
Do you want me to?
Just give me a second.
Okay, yeah.
I think we got raised on a certain type of alcohol. Like what I force myself to like Wild Turkey, which is like, I think for an average person who might enjoy Crown Royal or even Irish whiskeys, might snub their nose at bourbon and go, that's fucking gross.
Yeah.
For some reason, we got Wild Turkey stuck in our heads when we were younger, forced ourselves to like it.
Yeah. Rob goes, this is great whiskey.
We
And
kept
then
drinking it,
Just bought it
drinking it,
every weekend.
kept drinking it. And then like our buddy, he said to us one time, he's like, I thought you guys were just like forcing yourself drinking. He's like, now I realize that you guys actually like it. I'm like, yeah. But at first
we hated it.
hated it.
Yeah.
Just kept drinking it because it was there.
I do want to say, so we did send a recommendation to my buddy Hunter. We sent him I sent him like 3 recommendations. I think it was Bushmill, Wild Turkey, and I can't think of the third one now. Fuck. Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
I think it was Buffalo Trace. He ended up picking up Wild Turkey and really enjoyed it.
Perfect.
It's a great whiskey.
It is. It's so good.
It really is. And their 101's really good as well.
101's better.
A little more pricier though. Not by much.
Dollars though.
Yeah, not by like splitting hairs.
Mm-hmm. Like it's really negligible.
Yeah.
The final results are in. I am giving Crown Royal a 7.1 overall.
And mine is a 6.8 overall. Again, my rating looks like I'm knocking it compared to others, but
It's just how it is.
yeah.
And that was
It's
actually
really
it's
good.
actually by design as well, because before we'd be like, this drink's pretty good, 7.9. This
Yeah.
drink's pretty good, 8.3.
There was not a whole lot of thought or explanation behind it.
But we would talk a lot about, it's pretty smooth. I don't really like this about it. I like this about it. So
Yeah.
the nice thing about the rating is that you can break it down more
Yeah.
and then dive in and then get more of an overall
Yeah.
sense of
You
it.
can just split it up like, why didn't you like it? Well, the smell kind of brought down the rating a lot for me. Like everything else is like mid to
It's pretty
mid
standard.
6.
Yeah.
Low 7s. If you were to like average everything out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, there you have it, folks.
Crown Royal, you heard it here first.
I want to hear about your golf game.
It's actually not bad.
Nice.
I got nervous though. So I got a text on Thursday, kind of later in the afternoon. Hey, our 4th fell through. Do you want to golf with us on Saturday, 9 a.m.? Or sorry, this would have been Friday. I'm like, yeah, sure. I've swung my club outside a handful of times, and I've hit 4 golf balls up at the cottage, but not my clubs. Like, I want to play good. And I think that's a problem for me. Like, if I go and play golf, like I want to play good. Unless I know it's like a boys' weekend, we're playing multiple rounds of golf. I know there's going to
be drinking.
Yeah, so I'm not expecting a whole lot out of my game like later in the round. I'm not going to be shit-faced showing up to the course, but
Yeah.
maybe by the 11th.
Start cracking a few.
Yeah, so I wanted to play good. I'm like, fuck it. We're going to the driving range. Went to the range, jammed, packed. Now,
Yeah.
Bloomington is redoing their,
I've heard this.
Driving
it's
range.
fucked up all the other driving ranges in the neighborhood.
well, it's done good for them because they're all blowing up. I went down to Bathurst Glen because it's always off of,
Forgot that they had a range there.
it's always off
Off the
the
grass.
ground. jam packed, dude. I couldn't believe how many fucking people. I'm like, I just bought balls. I don't even know if I'm gonna get a spot to hit. Ground was kind of shit. I will say that. But I was hitting fucking great. Started with my wedges, kind of worked my way up. Got a little nervous when I got to like my wood and then the driver. My wood is like hit and miss. There's days I fucking smack that thing, and then there's days it's not the club for me. My driver, dude, is probably one of the best. Like, so this is the driver that my dad had in the bag for years because I stole the good one, and he's now taking back the good one. So now I have this off the hand-me-down one. I've learned how to hit it.
Yeah.
And dude,
Smoke it.
on the 6th hole, we played
Where did you play, by the way?
Spring Creek up
Where
in
is that?
Ajax. Concession 9 in Westney.
Never heard of a decent course.
It's just a 9-hole, yeah.
Okay.
Just a 9-hole. Par 31. It's like executive course, I guess you would
Okay.
say. Like more par 3s and like par 4s are almost drivable.
It's not a bad place to play your first round because it's good iron practice.
A lot of
places.
iron work, yeah. Yeah, which is kind of nice. But yeah, hit driver off like 6th or I think it was like the 6th hole. Right down the fairway. It was a dogleg right, so it might have ran off the left rough. Couldn't fucking find it. I absolutely murdered this thing, and I was so pissed. Threw off the rest of the hole for me. Like
How did I there's nothing worse than losing a ball you know is not lost.
yeah, so it went like straight as straight gets, but I absolutely smoked it. And everybody's like, holy fuck. We get down there, they're like, no, it's got to be up further, up further. We're like almost on the green. I'm like, there's no fucking, it didn't go this far. I don't hit it that far. We're looking.
Was there a group in front of you when you hit?
There was, but like they might have taken it if I fucking, but they were on the green when we hit.
But the only thing is, especially when you're playing at an executive course, if you did hit up close to the green,
They might.
and they didn't notice it. They also might not have noticed you hitting and putting it there. They might have gone, "Oh, free ball."
Yeah.
Hey,
true.
buddy, you play Titleist?
Yeah, true.
You know,
Yeah, true.
it's
I
happened.
thought of that, but so like the
Either
so
way, it
the
doesn't
thing when
Take
I
away from the fact the ball's gone.
when I like, I think it ran off the left rough and closer to the green, probably about 60 yards and in. There was a like utility shed with like a tractor. There were some guys working there. So I'm wondering if it like ran off the rough, through the rough, and landed somewhere in there because I didn't mosey on in there.
You can go in there too far.
No. So I'm wondering if it maybe trickled in there somewhere.
And if the ground was harder, it could take
Yeah,
a
it
bad
wasn't
bounce.
it wasn't soft when we played like
It's a course I
played last
played. The roughs
Saturday.
are like they're lush,
yeah. These weren't like crazy.
so it could have landed hard and ran a
and
lot
just-
further than you would expect.
Yeah, so that kind of pissed me off. Duffed my chip shot onto the green. Finally got on, and my head just wasn't there after
Yeah.
losing that ball because it was the best shot of the day, most likely
Mhm.
for me. And rest of the game was good. Shot a 42, 11 over. And that hole probably fucked my score,
That's pretty good.
but
Par 31,
yeah,
so a lot of par threes.
yeah, mostly. And like again, like par 4s, you could almost like me and you, we could probably drive the green.
Yeah, so like you're talking like 300-yard par 4, 280
Yeah.
par 4.
Yeah.
Which is good.
It was
those
a
courses
great
are set up for people learning or people with young kids or people that just aren't that good. Fuck, I'd probably fucking be terrible in that place. So not that I'm a striper by any
the
means.
first hole, you can go over like there's a little pond on the left side. It's kind of like a dog leg right around the water, but you can cut the water if you want. I was a little nervous.
First swing in the year, you're trying to cut over the water.
Yeah, so I cut it a little bit because everybody else was hitting driver and they've played there a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not like big hitters or like one guy's like he just started playing golf last year. Like,
Yeah.
like not religiously, but like consistently. So it was a little hard for me. Like I shouldn't have been basing my shit off them, like what club to
They're
use.
playing differently.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm like, they're taking driver. I don't want to look like a show off not taking driver. So I'll take a driver and just smack one out there. I'll cut it a little bit, but I'll be forgiving because my miss is to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So if I miss too far left, I'm in the shit.
Yeah.
So I'll cut it a little bit. Ended up in the rough, which was fine because it wasn't like crazy thick. Made a par on the first. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a good round. And yeah, no, it was a good course. I'd play there again. Like quick little 9-hole.
Those courses, if you get out early,
You
it's
can,
really enjoyable.
yeah,
It's less enjoyable as the day goes on because you get more and more people that aren't at the level,
Experienced.
which is fine.
yeah.
But you just got to be mentally prepared for that going in. But a 3-hour round on a 9-hole course is still just, it's too much,
That's ridiculous.
It'd be
I
insane,
think
right?
we were just under 2.
which is about right. Sounds about right, especially
Or-
if it's an executive,
Yeah, maybe 2.
which is fine.
No, I was out of there at 11, like in my car at 11.
Yeah, so even less. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we were keeping pace. And again, like the guys I was golfing with weren't fucking all-stars.
Mm-hmm.
Just your average golfers. Weren't slowing us down any.
Have at it.
It was a good day.
I saw dudes last Thursday in my men's league hitting off the tips at the course that I play.
Jesus.
I've never seen anybody hit up there.
No,
That's 72 or 300
for the course,
for
yeah.
the course.
Yeah.
That's pro level. Well,
That's-
pros are probably like 77 now, but
Still.
73 for amateurs.
It's insane.
That's fucking wild.
They were smoking it, I bet.
Yeah. I only saw them on the first hole because they were doing a
Yeah.
good pace. And the way
That course is pretty good too, though, like keeping pace between groups.
The way
like
that- the way that they set that hole up, because the first hole you have to wait until the group in front of you is on the green.
yeah.
So by the time you get to your second shot, the hole's all yours.
Yeah.
So in theory, people have already hit off on the second, and then you really don't see anybody if everything's moving well.
Yeah.
It was a bit slow, but these guys were smashing it. There was a dude that almost killed somebody on the 9th hole that runs parallel to the thing. He put it like in the 9th hole fairway.
What?
I don't know. But
Just
yeah.
fucking slice the shit out of
7,300
it.
yards is a long way. I don't think most people should play blues. And these guys
And
were
they
playing
play
2
blues,
blocks
yeah.
back of blue.
Yeah, that's so far. That's one of the only courses I know around here that has that many boxes.
They have legit tips there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a beautiful course though.
yeah, I love it.
I would love to play 18 there. It's been a long time since I've played 18 there.
We usually do it once a year.
The back nine's really nice though.
Back nine's great.
Yeah.
It's a tough course, man. There's a lot of holes on there that'll eat you up.
100%.
Every hole will eat you up. Although they have, how much, like when you're playing golf, I don't know how much you pay attention to this, but it might depend on if you're playing for money. Do you pay attention to the course like handicap for the hole?
No.
So like, just for anyone listening, a course will, out of 18 holes, if you're playing the 4th hole, you might see a 7 there, you might see a 16, you might see an 18.
Yeah, it's
or
usually in
1.
the white, right?
Yeah.
Like at the like you'll have like the T
So what
pars or
that
like
means is that
distance.
if that 6th hole has got a number 4, it's the 4th hardest hole on the course.
Oh, is that how it is?
That's how it is. So you'll get each hole will have a ranking between 1 and 18. The numbers don't repeat, so
yeah.
each hole. So you can go on and go, okay, this is the hardest hole in the course. This is the 3rd hardest. The way that they have that fucking course set up on the handicaps, I'll never understand.
Really?
Especially that front 9, because you know the course. The first hole off the whites is a pretty straightforward par 4.
Yeah.
It's like 150 yards to clear a little creek. And then if you clear the creek because of the club you're hitting, you're less than 150 in.
Yeah.
So where on it now, knowing how to rank a course,
And it's straight. There's no dog
Dead straight.
Yeah.
dead straight, and not a lot of like, and it's not tight either.
No
There's not-
bunkers.
yeah, like
I think there's like one
there's a
fairway
couple-
bunker.
There's one off the left. There's one off the right.
Is there?
Yeah, but whatever, it's manageable even if you get in
Yeah.
them. Because if you're hitting those bunkers, you're 100 yards from the pin anyway.
Yeah, you're
So
hitting
you
a
can-
wedge in.
You can make it work.
Yeah.
So knowing how these rank, what number would you give that hole? 1 to 18, 18 being the easiest, 1 being the hardest.
I'd probably put it in the lower spots, like somewhere between like 15 and 18.
I would agree with you.
because again, I don't really recall a lot on the back nine because I haven't played there in a long. Like
Back
the
nine
back
has
nine.
tough scoring holes. How they usually set up a holes handicap is how tough it is to score
Gotcha.
to par. I believe it's off of par.
Now on the first hole, the green's not crazy.
No.
It is elevated from when you're in the green.
No, it's okay.
Does
It's not wild.
There's no like room on the back. Like if you go far,
Mm-hmm.
there's not a whole lot of error that way.
But
You
if
do
you're
have that
doing
gully
that,
on
that's
the
that's a
left.
missed shot. Like you have to think about the difficulty of the hole itself. And there's not
I'm
much.
still gonna keep my end like
Yeah.
somewhere between 15
and I would
18.
agree with you.
Yeah.
They have it as a 7. The 7th hardest hole on that course.
Yeah,
It's not the 7th hardest hole on that 9.
no, I would the second hole I would say is a little harder.
Okay. So you
because you got
this is where I was going with this.
For us,
It's a layup and it's a par 5.
Yeah, or you absolutely have to crush.
Yeah.
You have to carry 250, 260, and that's from the whites.
Okay, so I'm going to set this hole up for people and we're going to talk about this because I know you've played this course and
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see how you feel about this. So the second hole is a par 5. It's pushing 500 yards uphill the whole way. Out of bounds right, out of bounds left. Your tee shot, you cannot hit driver unless you're going to carry 260.
Yeah.
That's the carry
And
on
that's
it.
from we're playing from the whites.
That's from the whites, which is regular golf.
Yeah.
So you usually lay up, you want to hit something about 180, 200 max because you can run out into the creek.
Even 200s pushing it.
200's pushing it. So that's your first shot. Now you're standing 200 plus out. Now, again, the hole might not be that hard because you could, in theory, you could hit 7 iron, and then like a longer iron in
Right.
if you're playing it that way. So you could hit a 6 iron, 7 iron, 8 iron from your second shot and be up around the 150. But that green's very protected. It's uphill. There's bunkers. It's elevated. There's bunkers protecting on the left. And if you miss to the right, you're up on a hill. And that green is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
So I have that hole. Like for me, that's like in the top 5 or 6 toughest holes on that course
Okay.
to score on to par.
Okay.
What about you?
I would put that more like in that 5 to 8 range.
Okay. So they
Because-
have that hole as the 15th, number 15.
See,
It's the third easiest hole on the course.
Yeah, see, I think like again,
And then they have the first hole as the 7th hardest.
yeah, so I think those two should be kind of reversed.
At least reversed.
Because
Yeah.
yes, the par 5 is it's still like dead nut straight. You don't have to work the ball left or right.
No, you're
that
right.
shit doesn't matter. Hang on, it's rated 15, the
Yeah.
second hole.
Third easiest hole on the course.
So the only reason I could see it being 15 is because it's a par 5. Because you have like, yeah, okay, it's still 500 yards,
Sure.
but you have that extra stroke to
So
get
let's
yourself
put it
there.
like 9 then. Let's not put it the third or fourth easiest on the hole.
yeah,
It's ridiculous.
yeah, no, it's still not hard.
And then they
but
have the third hole as the 5th hardest, which is a straight par 4.
yeah, I feel like
They
again,
have that whole course so out of whack.
yeah,
it's fucking
I haven't
crazy.
played the back 9 enough to know it as well as I do the front. But like even the 9th hole is a tough hole. It's a hard dog leg left.
They have that as the number 3.
Makes sense.
Hard to score on because you can hit a good tee shot and be blocked from going for the green
Yeah, and then
with
you're
your second
laying
because
up,
there's a gigantic,
and then you have
and then
to
there's
lay
a
up.
creek that runs the entire length.
Yeah, so if you
and
cut
trees.
it, you could be in fucking shit anyways. But then you have that, what is it, like the 6th, where it's a dog leg right, and you got
Over
always
water.
over water.
That hole it's like 11.
See, that doesn't
It's
make
so out of whack. That's what I
doesn't
mean.
make sense.
That's what I
because
mean.
That approach shot, the green is surrounded by bunkers
Mm-hmm.
and water in front if you fuck up.
And
or
if
if you hit it too
If
long.
you hit a good drive, and the wind is always whistling on that course, you know that.
Yep.
You can hit a good drive and be minimum 150 out. And you're playing over water, and it's all water.
Yeah.
as your shot into the green.
Yeah. It's that's weird. But yeah, that's probably one of my, like, for the front nine, that's one of the least favorite holes for me.
Okay, so that fifth hole is number 9.
What app are you using? Golf Canada?
Golf Canada.
Okay.
That fifth hole is number 9 on the course.
Isn't that a subscription?
$50 a year.
Rich fuck.
Rich. Yeah, number 9 is 3, and number 8 is the number 1 hardest hole in the course, which I don't necessarily agree with either. 8's hard. 8's probably number 3. Number 1 is 18 on that course for scoring. 18 is a hard fucking hole.
18?
Yeah,
Really?
it's a dog leg left, and you can
Par 5?
Par 4, and you can smash a drive and be 200 yards into the green with water and bunkers.
It's a far hole.
The long hole.
Yeah.
I think they have it number 2. Anyway, I'm sure that's boring the fuck out of people. I just want to see how your first round.
I do want to. I will show you this picture after, but Alexander from high school, he posted a picture the other day, like out golfing, and he's out west.
Yeah, so it's probably beautiful.
Fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the guy in your picture had a great backswing. He was looking good.
Yeah, good
yeah,
form,
it's just
everything.
like yeah, looked good.
Nice.
Looked like he was about to smack it, but dude, like mountains in the background, like
Tougher ways
I
to
was
live.
so fucking jealous.
I know. It's nice.
I want to go. Me and Audrey were talking about this. Like we both want to do another trip out there.
What you guys should do is go to Las Vegas so we can gamble.
I do want to. We both said we want to
We
go
were
back
talking
to
about this
Vegas,
last
and
week.
we want to go like when it's hot, like hot. Not like their like hottest months.
You want to go in June?
We want to go when it's like we can take advantage of the pools and
June was great. 40 degrees during the day, but totally manageable.
really.
I never thought I'd ever say that in my life.
I'm down.
And I walked all day.
I would love to go to Arizona again.
Same type of climate, right? That
Yeah.
desert climate.
So I went there for a workshop, and we went to a bar one night for a couple drinks and some appetizers, whatever. And dude, like every bar, their patio was phenomenal, but they always had like cornhole or some type of game you play
Something.
outside, and nobody was like inside the bar. Everybody's outside because it's so nice.
And there's no bugs because nothing survives in that heat.
No.
Some parts of Arizona, like Arizona is a lot more like eco diverse. I don't know. Ecosystem diverse than people give it credit for. A lot of people think it's just like a desert.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like mountain ranges and like cold areas and green and stuff. It's quite diverse.
Their golf courses look fun as fuck too.
There is some parts of Arizona where literally the pavement melts in the summer.
Yeah, I've heard.
Like
So
the
like I
asphalt
went down for a
melts.
photography workshop, and one of the guys, he was from there, and he's like, "You don't leave anything in the car.
It's gone.
Anything. Like there have been stories of photographers leaving their camera in the car and come back and it's melted, melted." I'm like, holy fuck, man. I get like, I can barely stand being in my car because I don't have AC because I'm poor and I don't fix the AC again. Bless you.
Thank you.
And it's like only like 30 degrees. And down there, it's like fucking 70.
I just had to pay to fix the AC on our Pilot
Fuck
because
that.
we have a baby.
Yeah, okay, understandable.
Selfish ass baby.
I'm a baby. I should have paid. I should have got mine fixed. But it was like, it broke again like a year after I just
You're
fixed
like,
it. I'm
nope.
like, fuck this.
Nope.
And it's fucked because the first time it went, the things like one of the parts for the AC, I can't remember right now, is right at the front. So it's prone that if a rock goes through like the little like grill, oh, you're fucked. It hits that thing, done.
Smokes the compressor.
Same thing happened. I'm like, you know what? I'm just not meant to have AC. You know what? I'll sweat a little more this year. Maybe lose a couple pounds. Might be good for
It's
me.
like being in a sauna. Just think of it that way.
So I asked Audrey because she's got a nail in her tire right now. I'm like, do you want to take the sauna or do you want AC? And so we took her car.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
It's 35 degrees outside. You fucking lunatic.
Dude, I need to lose some weight.
Yeah, but you don't
It's
need to
summertime.
sweat it out in the car.
Well, I could. Fuck.
There was something else you wanted to bring up. Oh,
Logan Paul versus
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather. I was entertained.
how was the production of it? I watched 0 seconds. Of
So
it.
I didn't like, so before Floyd came out, and I don't know if this was Floyd being Floyd or if this was Showtime, but they had Migos.
Showtime did
So yeah. So Logan came out to his walkout song, whatever. Then Migos, like the rappers,
Mhm.
came out. Like they had their own walkout. Then Floyd walked out. It's
So
like,
Logan was standing around for 10 minutes.
yeah.
That was like the last Canelo Alvarez
And-
fight.
And so Logan talked about it. And he's like, I was waiting for that moment for when my nerves would kick in, and nothing kicked in. And it's not his first time being like in a big crowd, so it makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that. I don't like if you want to have like a live performance when you walk out, cool. Don't have a live performance and then walk out to something completely different.
That's becoming more and more common in boxing. Now.
I don't like it.
It's gamesmanship.
I heard somebody talk about like credible source in like the fight world and especially boxing.
Credible.
Don't ask me who it was because I don't know, but they cover a lot of like fights and boxing. And True Geordie. He's from Europe somewhere. He's got a huge podcast.
Sounds like he's from Newcastle if he's calling himself a Geordie.
You would like him. They do a lot of soccer shit. Like every time
I
there's
think
like
I know
a
who this guy is.
big soccer match, they always like live stream it.
I'm pretty
They
sure
don't
this
live
guy,
stream the actual match, but they do
them
like
watching it.
yeah.
Like watch-alongs.
Yeah. A little watch party. But he was talking about it and he's like Jake Paul and Logan Paul for that matter, but mostly Jake Paul has capitalized on boxing's like mishap. Like they are not giving the people the fights that the people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like when was the last really good matchup in boxing that the boxing world blew up and was like, I cannot wait for this to happen?
The only thing I can think is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder
Yeah.
in recent memory. But
They're
beyond
doing
that,
3, aren't they? Or
No.
not.
no,
um,
AJ and Fury.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. It's AJ and Fury. But,
But up until that point, the biggest knock on boxing is you've got a good heavyweight and another good heavyweight, and you could never make those fights happen. Pick a division. That's been the biggest problem. Floyd and fucking Manny happened 9 years later than it should have.
yeah, and also Manny was injured.
Yeah, but still,
He had like his arm like didn't work.
it's to your point of
They're
that's-
just not giving the people the fights that they want to see. And it's an absolute shame, but
They're bureaucracies.
kudos to Jake for taking full advantage of that.
They're like, fuck it. I'll put on a production.
I'll put on a show, I'll fight. Whether they want to, like, you can say like, oh, nobody wants to watch it, but everybody's fucking watching it because there's nothing else in the boxing world that's happening that's more entertaining. And nobody else, like, there's so many people in the world that want to see these guys get knocked the fuck out.
Think about Floyd Mayweather. More people were tuning in to see him lose than to win,
Yeah.
and he's never lost.
Nope. But again, there was no winner or loser, so they tuned in for nothing.
Well, I think they were tuning in just to see it.
yeah. Well,
There's
again,
also the
there
freak
was
show
a stop.
aspect.
There was if like, it could get stopped if somebody got knocked out, or the ref could stop it. But there was no refs to like, if it went the distance, which it did,
Mm-hmm.
for them to be like, Logan won or Floyd won.
Did Floyd piece him up at all, or did Floyd just be Floyd, just never got hit, just touched him when he wanted to?
Touched him when he wanted to. He had a couple moments. He worked like Logan said, he worked the body more than he expected.
Which probably sucked.
He said it wasn't that bad.
No?
No, and again, like Logan's a big,
He's a big dude,
yeah,
and he's jacked.
yeah. But he said he got worked in the body more than what he did in like sparring, so he wasn't really conditioned for that, but also conditioned. Like he said, he whispered in said it in Floyd's ear. He's like, "I do crunches. Like I'm fine. Keep hitting me." Like, but I don't know. It was an entertaining fight. I wish, dude, the guy's like what, 40? In his 40s?
I think he's older than that. I think he's like 45.
Like mid 40s?
Yeah.
Good for him just getting in the fucking ring with somebody that's 26, is 6 foot tall.
But it's not like he's getting in with a professional 26-year-old, though.
True. Logan touched, like, it's not like Logan didn't touch him. Logan hit him.
Yeah.
It's
not the same thing, though.
It's 100%. I was kind of hoping to see like Floyd just open up on him. It was fun to watch though, because the first 2 rounds, it was Logan walking Floyd down. And then after that,
that's how every Floyd fight goes.
Floyd, it did not matter. Floyd just walked him down. It was a good fight. I found it entertaining. It probably wasn't for everybody.
You watched the first 2 or 3 rounds of every Floyd Mayweather fight, including Conor McGregor.
And he's just...
He won't lose those rounds, but he's not very active.
Yeah, he's not aggressive.
He's like a fucking robot. He just takes in all the information, and then he comes out in the 3rd round or 4th round, and he goes, "That's not happening."
Yeah,
and then he's unbelievable.
It's pretty phenomenal to watch him box. I wish they had refs though. It was crazy to see though, like Logan threw
judges. You mean?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, judges. Just to see, like,
Paul never won a round though.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Maybe the first, because he was more active. Like I could see that.
But you could also see a draw in that round as well.
True.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it was a win for Logan just lasting the 8 rounds.
I don't think so.
Well, everybody in the fucking fight game is saying it was a win, dude. He's been boxing for 2.5, 3 years. Mayweather should have fucking TKO'd him.
I don't think Mayweather planned on TKOing him though.
Yeah, maybe not.
Like,
but
if you're being honest,
if he wasn't so,
I don't watch the fight. I didn't watch the fight.
You would think it'd be a little more one-sided. Like you got to give Logan a little credit there for lasting. I give him
credit for even getting in the fucking ring,
dude.
I'm not taking anything away from this guy at all.
I am not doing that.
No, I don't know how the fuck I
don't know how really anybody fucking does that. I watched a crazy.
But what I am saying though is, what's Floyd's interest level? Floyd called it legalized robbery, that fight.
Yeah, true.
You know,
he made $100 million.
He made $100 million before he even walked out the door that morning.
Yeah, that's $100 million. Like,
he knows that Floyd can go in there and do 15%, 10% of what he usually does, and make that fight look like it did the other night, I would say. So that's why I'm saying, like, okay, it's a moral victory that Floyd didn't choose to knock him out, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he went the full 8 rounds. That's amazing. But did he go a real full 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather?
No. But Floyd's also not going to go 100%.
No, I don't think so, because he probably wants to do another super fight.
Well, yeah,
he doesn't want to break his hand and then finally have to retire.
I think we're going to see Floyd do a lot more of these exhibition fights.
How much?
Well, maybe not a lot more, but I think
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Maybe like once a year or something like that. I don't think this is like the last. Like, no, again, I can see Mike Tyson doing another one shortly.
Apparently something happened with Mike Tyson, and that he was like supposed to do more with that Triller, and then something weird happened.
Maybe because they put on an awful performance.
That might have been it.
Yeah,
that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, I don't want to ever see another Triller fight again.
Yeah, that'd be the next time.
Awful.
Be too much, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. The last one
one was just embarrassing.
Yeah,
it was really disrespectful to a lot of the guys in there, and
it was
it's a shit show,
dude. Like, how there was no organization. It took, how long was it? You almost fell asleep or did fall asleep before actual, like, the first.
I fell asleep before. I didn't see the last fight.
But before the first fight actually happened, that was like part of the main thing. before it actually happened, it was like an hour.
The first fight happened, and then there was an hour and
That's
a
what it
half
was.
of a concert.
Yeah. Like, we don't
And
need
the first fight was brutal.
okay, cool. You want to have a performer do 2 songs or even 1.
At least do them in between fights.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
like-
don't have fucking a full concert in between a fight.
Well, because people are tuning in, they're going, okay, after this performer, then there must be the next fight.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and please welcome to the stage
Another
so and
dude.
so. And
Another
then they
dude.
would end, and then another one. Like, what the fuck?
Another one.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell is going on here?
Somebody put fuck, who is that? Oh my god. My brain is just
DJ
mush.
Khaled did another one.
DJ Khaled, yeah.
If that's what you were
They
thinking.
must have had him on the fucking headset just going, another one.
Another
and
one.
then they just send out another fucking performer. And then when they're done, another one.
Off topic.
Oh shit.
How come we haven't talked about UFOs?
It just hasn't come up. I think next week, because how long have we been going? I can't see my screen.
An hour.
An hour?
And I got a lot of Chris predicts to get through.
Yeah, so I think next week is going to be a UFO.
There's been a 60-minute special, which is as legacy media as you can get, where they had Pentagon officials on there saying,
Seriously?
this shit's real.
Yo, you got to send me this shit.
This was weeks ago.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of shit.
They had the head of the ATIP program, which is the people that investigate UFOs. And he was on there.
Yeah.
In addition to like Commander Fravor and the pilots and stuff.
This is going to be a 3-hour podcast.
They had him on there. And they're like, so what you're saying is like these things are real. He's like, we're past that.
Yeah.
He's like, we're beyond that. He's like, the only thing we don't know is where they're coming from and what their intentions are. He's like, but there is no question that these things are real.
Yeah.
100%. And this is a guy that was head of the program. And he's like, I did a lot of things for the Pentagon and CIA and shit like that. And he's like, and then like, I think his last couple years were like this gravy job of like, go head up the fucking UFO division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
take your fucking cozy desk job and enjoy it.
Yeah, just chill.
He's like, there's no question. The data dump is coming out, I think, in the next week or two.
What's that?
So in the COVID relief bill, it was signed in January. In 180 days, the U.S. government had to release all of the information they had on UFOs.
Huh.
All of it. Pentagon, CIA,
Jesus.
FBI,
There's going to be a shit ton.
ton of it.
And for those people, like I'm not.
I don't know how this isn't the only thing that people talk about.
I agree with you, but at the same time, like I'm not super like, oh my god, aliens.
Yeah.
Because
If you're being like reasonable,
like
of course there's aliens.
yeah, like if you think we're the only species out there, you're an idiot.
We're probably not even the only species in the solar system.
That's what I mean. I saw a video now. Easily could have been like
There's a helicopter on Mars right now with a rover.
What?
So the latest rover that went on Mars has a helicopter.
Oh, maybe.
And they go and fly around in.
Because
They have a fucking drone on Mars now.
oh, not Mars. Sorry, this was the moon. And it could have been easily fucking doctored and not real, but somebody zoomed in on the fucking moon like crazy, and 3 like spaceship like things. You could see the shadow like on the actual moon surface.
I'm immediately calling bullshit.
Like it was kind of cool though, and it's like I don't not believe that though.
I know. The ones that like there's so much to this that I don't even want to get into because it sounds too crazy.
Yeah.
Like, but there's so like
Can we leave everybody on a cliffhanger?
we can.
Okay, continue.
Like, what do you want? Like, you want to just stop talking about it right now?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna bring up something. You'll give your opinion, and we just won't talk about it anymore.
Okay, let me just finish this point.
Yeah.
So there's so much about UFOs that's like was like labeled as conspiracy and all this shit. And then there's like so much more to it, but the stuff that I like to bring up is all the government stuff. All like the mainstream news reports, because somehow to me mainstream media is still credible to some people. So I like bringing those up. And then when the like Pentagon heads of these programs, they're releasing like that Jeremy Corbell who did the Bob Lazar documentary, he puts shit out all the time.
Mhm.
And then like he'll leak stuff And then 2 days later, the Pentagon be like, yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
So like he put shit out that's like not
But
been
everybody
declassified.
calls it fake.
Everyone calls it fake. Everyone calls it bullshit. And
And
then
then the Pentagon comes
a
out.
quiet press release comes out going,
No, that was real.
that was real. And then he has to like throw that up there, be like, look,
Yeah.
told you this is fucking
Eat
real.
shit, you motherfuckers.
They have radar data. They have videos, and they're
Well,
terrible quality videos.
Well, yeah, because
but they're not set up for observing UFOs. They're set up for
Yeah.
monitoring weapon systems like planes
yeah,
and fucking missiles and boats.
yeah, it's like thermal vision and shit like
Yeah,
that.
but like it's like even like they're tracking stuff. They can track planes and all that stuff that they
yeah, it's
used to.
wild.
Like they're not. Like, they don't
Well,
know
I
what the
sent you
fuck
that
this shit
one,
is.
and it's like,
In the water.
yeah, and it just like they're like they're
It's going back and forth.
scanning. Yeah, they're scanning like the horizon line of the water, and this thing just like disappears.
Just splash. Yeah,
And
and
I
they say splash, mark and track,
Yeah, and that was it.
gone.
Yeah,
And
so
then
there's
like
aliens that live in the water.
a week later they put out the radar footage for that, and that ship, that one that filmed that one that went in the water, was followed by up to 14 that day surrounding them.
Okay, so I saw that. And,
That's the same incident.
and the, really same one.
USS Omaha, I believe. Yeah,
So
same one.
So in that one, they're like traveling at like 20 knots, 40 knots, 50 knots.
Just around the ship all day.
And then it goes to like it went from traveling at like 120 miles an hour to like 250, like that.
Yeah.
Like so fast. It's like like what the fuck?
And then they'll just disappear.
Yeah.
And they'll drop off.
Yeah,
and you can
they're
see
just
some like
gone.
appear and drop off.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, ask me your question. We'll leave
All
it
right.
there because I want to. Like,
So I saw this the
I've
other
been sitting
day.
on this for like a month. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
know.
When are
'cause
we gonna
talked-
get to it?
We talked about
I'm
it.
like,
It
when
just
are we gonna get to
never
UFOs?
came up. So I saw a picture and it's like it was 4 monumental like sites. There's the rocks out in like Southern America. I don't know the country or whatever, but it's like the big rocks in the circles. They're massive rocks. It's like man-made. Then there was another one. It's like man-made. Another one, man-made. Then it's the pyramids, and it's like made by aliens. And it's like, because if you think about it, like it's unfathomable. I can't talk to think that like people back then that had like absolutely like they didn't have fucking cranes.
Yeah,
you
they
know
did.
how big? Okay, not like the cranes we got.
You shouldn't. This is the wrong question to ask me because this shit's not going to end on a cliffhanger.
Oh, fuck.
I just
Never mind.
I've been saying this before. Here's a great example.
Because isn't it limestone?
comet-
Isn't it made out of limestone?
Yeah, and it's perfectly cut. You can't put a piece of paper between each rock.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And so Egyptologists say that they built the pyramids over a 25-year period. Could be longer, but I'm going to say 25 off the top of my head. I just read a book on this.
Sure. Are you sure it's not 2,500?
25 years.
That is insane.
The amount of stones, there's like 1.3 million stones. They said that they only built 3 months a year. So in order to build the pyramids, this is a math
Sure.
equation,
Yeah.
right? You're only building 3 months of the year because of whatever reason.
Trust me, I'm not doing the math.
Someone did, thankfully. Whatever the stone count was, whatever the year count it was, and whatever working period that they had, according to Egyptologists,
Yeah.
you would have to land and place 4 stones per minute. So these stones weigh 70 tons.
Yeah.
At the time that this book was written that I read that spoke about this, it was 1995, there was only 2 cranes in the world that could do 50 tons.
Jesus.
So there's stones there that weigh, like a small stone there is like 10 tons.
Dude, that's
And
insane.
they're fit into complete precision.
Yeah.
Not sloppily made.
No.
And then there's pyramids that were made 100 years after those, supposedly to the timeline, that are crumbled and destroyed. Did not stand the test of time. Then you look at the Giza Plateau, where the Sphinx and the 3 pyramids are. Still don't know how they made them.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was aliens. So there's your cliff note if you want to go on to that
You
later.
don't think it was aliens?
I don't think it was aliens
So do
at
you
all.
think, okay, so
I think it was humans.
that is absolutely wild.
I don't think we know shit about our past.
I will agree with you on
Yeah.
that.
They
Do
know.
you think the aliens, since they disappeared in water and they're like they were circling that?
I don't
do
think-
you think they have like a little fucking like home under there or like
I have no idea.
trading post?
I don't know any. I don't have like a
You don't have
definitive
any, like,
opinion
theory?
on UFO. Well, I have theories. But like, I'm just more like interested in the fact that all of it's coming out, and it's
Now?
like, yeah,
Why now? Why hasn't it come out sooner?
I think
I think it was.
I think-
I should take that back because I know why it didn't come out sooner because it
think-
was easier to
suppress information.
100% with
Now
the
you
internet with how
Can't
big
now.
it is. It's fucking.
So now
nuts.
the government's like, well, fuck,
This is gonna. We're 3 hours.
We'll just let it out. And also they're like, they used to say like the world would lose its shit if it found out that aliens were real.
Yeah.
Well, the
We're starting to
the
find that
U.S.
out.
government and the Russian government have both said whatever these things are, China tracks them too.
Yeah.
Because,
How can you not?
well, if these things are in airspace, you better find out if it's the fucking Russians, Chinese, or Americans coming in to invade you. What the fuck is this thing? It's a national security matter.
Yeah.
So that's why the military investigates these things, as they should.
Yeah.
They've all come out and they all have the same stories of all the same findings and all this shit. And they all say, not us.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I
We
think
thought it was you guys.
a lot of people I follow online, not a lot, but some,
Yeah.
who like I respect on some things. A lot of them are saying like, it's a, and they don't like have I don't follow them for UFO shit. I follow them for like politics
Whatever.
or
Yeah,
whatever I
yeah,
follow them for.
Some other shit.
Exactly. One of the dudes is like, of course the government's going to say it's aliens because they're too cocky to say that it's someone else. It's like, okay, sure. But you're telling me that if Russia or China had this technology, they wouldn't have used it to take over the fucking planet by now?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
agree.
Um,
That's true. Very true. I don't know. I think it's absolutely wild.
I think it's amazing. But I think they're two separate things. I don't think the aliens had anything to do with the pyramids.
Okay. But weird how 100 years later they couldn't fucking do it again.
Yeah, they forgot how to make them. It's almost like the pyramids are way older than they're supposed to be.
Okay. Let's save this for next week.
Perfect.
Because we're going to be here for 3 hours if
love
we
it.
continue. Yeah, well,
I got you back.
We've been that got me back.
Oh,
Why haven't you brought it up?
Because I've been nervous.
Oh my god! Don't be.
No, I've been waiting
nervous.
for more shit to come out.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I sent you that shit from like Rogan or whatever, and
Yeah, that was Jeremy Corbell's
yeah,
video.
and we were like, well, I had just saw it. You're like, "Ah, saw that a couple weeks
I
ago.
know.
It's like, fuck you, man. I thought I had something sick.
I will come prepared next week and we can show videos and I'm going to have a whole...
Yeah, as long as
List
we
of
have like
shit.
links that we can like send back, then we should be good.
You put all those links in the one that I sent you the other week.
I did, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Ended up going out a little late, but yeah.
No worries.
And by late, I mean like an hour after it was posted.
Jesus Christ. Stop the show. Turn that fucking camera off. All right, Chris predicts time.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wizard? Of course.
That was a great intro. Fuck yeah.
Getting better.
It is.
This is a hectic and wild Chris predicts.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot.
Sad.
It's going to take a lot to get through. But I believe we can do it.
Okay. I'm going to try to not interrupt you.
Feel free.
I know.
I predicted
We need to have Zach.
I predicted the Winnipeg Jets would beat the Montreal Habitants.
Hang on. You predicted that the Leafs were going to win game 7.
Yes, I did. Predicted Leafs were going to win game 7. I did not bet on it though.
Well, you bet on
I
the
bet on the
Leafs
series.
winning the
Yeah, we
series.
lost the series.
Come on.
I bet on the Winnipeg Jets to beat the Habs. They were swept promptly aside. Only series that's finished, in fact, and started later.
Fuck.
Vegas is tied with Colorado. They were down 2-0 in that series. That looks good for me. I took Boston in 6. They're down 3-2. So that bet's out the window.
They won, what was it, last night? Islanders?
No, Islanders won, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow.
3-2. That's going to be 7 games. It's a close series. So I have Boston, Vegas, and Carolina. Carolina's getting beat 3-1.
Yikes.
It'd be tough for them to come back, I think.
Mm.
I thought they put up more of a fight, but there's been some close games. But
Yeah.
life goes on. So anyway, that's where those stand. So nothing has been resolved yet. These are going to be outstanding. Sorry, I have one more. Okay. The Euros start this Friday.
Okay.
For those who aren't big soccer fans, this is the second biggest tournament in the world, next to the World Cup.
Oh shit.
So the World Cup is teams from all over the world.
Does this one happen every
2
year?
years.
Oh, every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
And what's World Cup every 4?
Sorry, they're both every 4 years, but they happen 2 years apart.
Oh, so it's like summer, winter Olympics.
Yes, exactly. But yes, both tournaments happen every 4 years.
Gotcha.
So last Euros was 2016. Portugal won. 6 groups of 4. So this is the top 2 automatically advance, and then it's based on points and goal differential for 4 other teams that can still qualify.
Okay.
So I have your winners and the 4 extra teams that are going to qualify.
Got you.
Group A, Italy and Wales are going to qualify. Group B, Belgium and Denmark. Group C, Holland and Austria. Group D, England and Croatia. Group E, Spain and Poland. Group F, Portugal and France. That's your automatic qualifiers.
Okay.
There's some really good groups, like Group F also has Germany in it. Germany, Portugal, and France. They're like the top 5 teams in the world.
Jesus.
France,
That's a good
France
group.
just won the World Cup. Portugal won the Euro before that.
That's a good group right there.
Really good group. So my 4 teams advancing. It's Germany out of Group F. I think they'll finish 3rd with enough points to get through.
Okay.
Switzerland, it was a toss-up between Switzerland and Wales for me. They're in the same group. I think Wales is going to be a plucky underdog. They usually are. So I think they'll go through over Switzerland, and Switzerland will roll the dice with the 3rd place teams.
Got you.
And I have Russia and Sweden to go through as well. There's some really good groups, and there's a lot of teams. Like, I'm not going to get all these right, but a lot of these are interchangeable. So, like, Denmark could have easily dropped off, and Wales could have dropped off, and I put one of these teams in their place.
Okay.
But that's my predictions. I also think Portugal's going to win the tournament.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to bet on that,
Okay.
but it's definitely a crisp prediction.
Gotcha.
I have to go through and look at the bracket.
Yeah.
Because depends on where they finish and who they're going to play.
Could change everything.
It could.
Got you.
Like, they could run into France in like the second round. Even though they're in the same group, it's still
Yeah.
strange how it happens.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I think like
Fuck, weird shit happens all the
France,
time.
I think
every
France
time.
or Portugal will win this. I think
Okay.
it'll be one of those two.
Got you.
So anyway, there's your Euro predictions. We currently have $14.85 in the pot. That's all going to be down to 0 next week.
Okay.
But there's outstanding bets
Yeah. Well, yeah,
There's
with the
outstanding hockey
NHL. Yeah.
because in addition to these 10 bets I just made, there's UFC next week as well.
And
This Saturday.
this is going to be a sweet ass card.
It's going to be a good one.
It's been a long time coming.
And this is going to be the first time I go 5-0 on a UFC card.
Perfect. I can't fucking wait.
UFC 263, 2 title fights. Israel
shit.
Adesanya for the middleweight and Figueroa, I'm just going to call him.
Yeah.
Cannot pronounce this fucker's name. Flyweights.
Okay. I'm not even going to try.
Don't. It's too hard.
Yeah.
First fight of the main. I'm just doing the main card as usual.
Yep.
First fight, Craig versus Hill. I'm taking Hill. Jamal Hill against Paul. I don't think his name's Paul. I just had a brain fart. Scottish guy.
Okay.
Tough motherfucker.
Sure.
But I think Hill's going to win.
Okay.
Damian Maia is fighting Bilal Muhammad. For those who remember, Bilal Muhammad had his eye almost removed by Leon Edwards.
Okay. I was going to say, holy fuck, he's good. And he's fighting this soon.
And he's fighting Damian Maia. Damian Maia is a tough motherfucker. He's been around
Do
a
you
long
think
time.
maybe his eyes like...
I think he's fine.
Yeah,
I think he got lucky.
Yeah.
I think he got really lucky.
He's not pulling, who is it, Bisping with a fake eye?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He wasn't out long enough. And I think he just got
I
like,
meant
at
to
the
look
time,
into
it
that.
would have hurt like fuck, as we know.
Yeah.
But he didn't have any like severe damage.
Do you know if they're going to do a rematch?
Between him and Edwards?
Maybe.
I don't think so because
Did
that
Edwards win his last fight?
Edwards' last fight is on this card. It was supposed to be against Diaz, but it got bumped.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So
sorry,
Edwards'
yeah.
last fight was against Bilal Muhammad.
Okay, sorry. I thought he was supposed to fight Diaz, what,
Mhm.
2 weeks
And then
ago?
he had the COVID layoff with everyone. Like he missed basically
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
The reason I don't think those two are going to fight is because that fight was more of a tune-up for both of them. Neither of them had fought
In a
in
long
like
time.
2020.
Gotcha.
Leon Edwards is like a top 5 contender. Bilal Muhammad's not there. They
Okay.
think he could be. They
Okay.
think he could be right there.
Yeah.
But that fight was like, I mean, Leon was winning it quite easily.
Yeah.
But that said, Bilal Muhammad's supposed to be some sort of prospect. I'm taking him to beat Damian Maia, which is probably dumb because you shouldn't really bet against guys that have been around that long and are that tough.
Right.
But I think if Bilal Muhammad beats Maia, then he'll step into like a top 10 contender role, and then you can talk about him a little bit more.
Gotcha.
So I got Bilal Muhammad to beat him. And then the third fight is, I'm very excited for, Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz, which every Diaz fight's always fun.
Is Nate the older one?
Nick's the older one. Nick's the one that
older
hasn't fought in like
yeah, like
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, okay.
But he's
okay.
coming back. He is coming back.
Yeah,
they
that's
just
what I
haven't
heard.
announced when.
Cool.
So Nate Diaz is fighting Leon Edwards. I think if Leon Edwards beat Diaz, I think he's going to get a title fight. Because that's 1-7. I think he's going to fight Usman.
Holy shit.
Who's Usman going to fight? Beat everyone.
I don't know. You follow this shit a lot.
Leon's like a 3 or 4 contender.
Oh, okay. If he's up there,
Usman's-
yeah. If he wins this fight, he should
Yeah.
get a shot.
Or Leon will probably fight maybe Kobe Covington, and then the winner of that will fight Usman.
Right.
But Usman's due for a fight because he just knocked out fucking George.
Yeah.
So
That was a great fight.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited. So I think Leon's either, if his next fight's not a title fight, the one after might be. So anyway, I'm taking Leon to beat Diaz. Diaz is tough. He just stands and brawls.
Oh, dude.
But he's like,
Those
and
guys
I
are
love him.
tough motherfuckers.
Tough, but his last like 3 fights, he hasn't looked good.
True.
They've been entertaining fights, but
Yeah.
like he stood in front of people and got punched a lot in the face.
Yeah.
It's not generally a good strategy.
You're telling me getting brain damage isn't a good strategy, Chris? Come on.
Allegedly.
Come on.
Anyway, I love Diaz, but I think
Yeah.
Edwards is going to do it.
Gotcha.
And then you're onto your title fights. Figueroa versus Marino. I'm taking the champ Figueroa.
Okay.
And then Israel Adesanya versus Vittori. I'm taking Izzy. Because he's kind of like Usman. He seems to beat everyone in his division.
Gotcha.
Izzy went up to light heavyweight. He's just not big enough.
Yeah.
He went up to like that super fight. He's just not fucking big enough.
Yeah, I
Because like he
think-
walks around at 205. He fights at 185.
That's probably
like-
an easy cut for him.
But 205 is like him max. Like he
Well, that's a different ballpark.
he can't get any bigger. Whereas
Yeah.
fucking Blaszczykowski or Blaszczykowicz, again, Polish, sorry, the champion at light heavyweight, 205.
Probably walks around
He's
225.
fucking 230, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe bigger. He's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's just too much for him.
Yeah.
Now that he went to a decision with him, he went 4 rounds, but I think he
Still.
lost 4 of the 5 rounds.
Still.
So there you have it. So we're probably going to have $0 in the bank account next week, but hopefully a bunch of it
No,
comes
this is
back.
the first time we're gonna get you're gonna get 5 for 5 of the UFC.
And I'm also going to do some different parlays and stuff too. So there's going to be a couple more bets on there, but it's hard to do them until
Sure.
the day of.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah,
Fine by me. Let's fucking go.
let's go.
Oh. Next time you hear from us, we're either gonna be broke or we're gonna be rich.
Yeah,
if
no in
we're-
between.
If we're rich, see you guys.
Yeah.
This is our last episode.
If there'll also be NHL predictions next week because the rounds should be
Well,
wrapped
yeah,
up by the end of the weekend.
Gotcha. Is there any like? Should
Nothing
we?
I can predict now
Okay, got you.
because there's
There's
only
too
one
close?
series that's settled.
Okay.
The Habs are definitely going to play Colorado or Vegas.
The only reason I asked that is because last time the other ones were already getting started or have already started. That's
Yeah,
why. Okay.
no, there's nothing started yet.
Other than just the Habs finishing.
And as they come in, I'll just do the bets and I'll let you know. We can
Gotcha.
come up with them later.
Yeah,
But
and then we'll just update you guys when we hit the pod.
loyal listeners.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's it, man. Well, get ready for next week because aliens are coming. Well, they're here, but they're coming
they're
to the
already here.
podcast. They're coming to the podcast.
We're going to have one on.
I can't fucking wait.
He's a pretty nice guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Can't wait.
He's a
Can't
little
wait.
skinny, though.
Well, fuck him. It's okay. All right. Catch us at 2 Season a Pod on Facebook, YouTube, or you can hit us up on mail.2seasonapod@gmail.com. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Thanks a lot.
We're out. Deuces.
Yeah.